is a Sefer Chofetz Chaim. Big topic is the same, constructive listening. Today's topic is very interesting between the husband and the wife. We have already seen that there is no grounds for sharing gossip with one spouse, right? At day 16, meaning a long time ago. To view withholding Lashon Hara from one spouse as a breach of harmony and trust is mistaken. A husband and a wife who seek to have a divine presence dwell in their midst should build their home on a foundation of halacha and avoid conversation which promotes strife and dissension among Jews. Moreover, sharing negatively, there is information, feeling, etc., does not help create a healthy, positive relationships. Okay, so let's do it again, this piece, and we're going to explain. So it says, we have already seen that there is no grounds for sharing gossip with one spouse. So just because they are close, the husband and wife, does not mean that, in some sense, it says one flesh, one unit, but on another hand, it's not. So meaning that you're not allowed to repeat to share this Lashon Hara with a wife, or a wife with a husband. To view, so it's like in this case, it's almost like a stranger, in this case. But on one hand, on another hand, was it last time? Right, and two classes ago we said that if it's to relieve the stress, the pressure, you're allowed to listen to, but this is just to say by the way what happened, it's never allowed. So right, continue. To view withholding information from one spouse as a breach of harmony is and trust is mistaken. So she would say, you don't trust me, that I'm going to keep the secret, this and that. No, it's not that. Right? The halacha is that you're not allowed to repeat this negative information. Even the other person is going to keep it as a secret. Right? It does not make any difference. Right? So the lack of harmony and mistake. And I had a student some time ago. He learns in one of the groups, like in the morning. So he said a few times, that the wife would pressure. So she wants to know the latest gossips, the latest news. That's terrible. So I advise him to learn Torah with her. Like she wants communication. So do a holy communication. Why? What do we care about the neighbors and the cousins? What's going on between them? Right? The husband and the wife who seek to have divine presence, dwell in their midst, should build their home on a foundation of halacha. Right? So meaning what? That if you the only healthy family is when you have Hashem. So we did this clip, right? Ish and Isha, right? They have two common letters. So right, which is Yud and Hey, which is represent Hashem. So, but if you remove the Hashem, name Yud and Hey, so what it says is Eish, right? Eish meaning what? It's fire. Fire. If you don't have Hashem in your life, you have only fire. So, but if you want Hashem in your life, so it means that you have to follow. What does it mean to have Hashem in your life, in your family? It means that you follow halacha. That's it. That's very simple. It's not about some Kabbalistic concept and some mazal, right? You just follow halacha. Hashem is going to be there. You honor Him by absorbing what He said, and He's going to be there. It's very simple. Okay. So one more time, husband and wife who seek to have divine presence dwell in their midst should build their home on a foundation of halacha and avoid conversation which promotes strife and dissension among the Jews. So meaning if he's going to tell her what happened today and this guy insulted him and this is stupid and this and that, so guess what? She would have this resentment against other person, maybe against his wife and his kids and I don't know what, right? So that's a big problem. So it's not just sharing information. That's much more promoting strife. Moreover, sharing negatively, for example, information, feeling, etc., does not help create healthy, positive relationship. So sharing gossip is not right. If you learn Torah together, that's what promote healthy relations. But this negative information is not. Continue. Nevertheless, when the husband and the wife is in need of emotional support in dealing with difficulty, it is only natural to look to one spouse for assistance, right? So, of course, so somebody sometimes he needs emotional support, sometimes she needs emotional support. So who are you going to tell what's going on, right? To his spouse, of course. Speaking or listening under such circumstances is constructive and clearly permissible. So as we said some time ago, right? But always we have to remember not to cross the line. So if not to cross the line, meaning if it happened once or like for some period of time, that's not a problem. But if it's constantly for past 5 years, he's living on the edge, that's the problem. Understand? So we're trying to the problem is much deeper than that. And in all of the situation, we have to look for a root cause of the issue and try to resolve it. Okay, so continue. When possible, one should attempt to help one's spouse understand the situation in a way that would relieve his or her anger and frustration. So it's also very important, like, of course, as we said some time ago, not when somebody is frustrated or angry, right? Let the anger subside, and then when he is ready to listen or she's ready to listen, maybe the next day, a few days later, so then you speak, okay, to them and try to explain the situation. So in all of this, so explain the situation in a way that would relieve his or her anger and frustration. That's how the goal. So when person does not have anger, maybe not very happy about the situation, it's a different life. Continue. If one finds that his or her spouse is forever in need of letting off the steam, right? As we said, forever, right? It is important to try to bring about the general change in attitude through the discussion, reading, or audio material, or suggestion and meeting with the rabbi or other qualified individual. So one more time, we're going to explain. If one finds that his or her spouse is forever in need of letting him, so everything that they see in a negative way, everybody is not smart. They do all these things against them, and right. So like it's a self-destructive attitude, right? It is important to try to bring about the general change of the attitude, right? The general change. So we will look at the root cause and see what is going on. Why exactly they have. Sometimes when you're too close to somebody, you cannot see. Sometimes yes, sometimes no. Right? So you need somebody like an independent person, the third party, right? Through the discussion, reading, or audio material, right? So to help them to calm down. Not to calm down, but to change the attitude in general. So because the problem is the attitude. Like everybody have problems, right? Who does not? Or suggested meeting with a rabbi or other qualified individual. Continue. The word of caution. While one must be prepared to hear out the spouse and offer emotional support when necessary, one must be ever vigilant not to be drawn into the conversation of Lashon Hara for no constructive purpose. It is often the case that the couple fail to draw this distinction and consequently totally ignore the laws of Lashon Hara when conversing. So let's see one more time. The word of caution, while one must be prepared to hear the spouse, so as we said, you are allowed to hear the spouse, and offer emotional support, and you must offer emotional support when necessary, of course. One must be ever vigilant not to be drawn into conversation Lashon Hara. So now, I mean, to hear her point, yes, but now she's going to go like about all other people and what happened, get others involved, all of the other other people deficiency. That's too much. So we have to stop there. Okay. Especially if it's not for constructive purpose. If you're trying to get the information in order to help her or him in this specific situation that upsets them, that's a different story. But all other cases are irrelevant. Okay, stop here.